Hey, what's up, fellow rage quitters? Before we see if we can rage quit some peeps without rage quitting ourselves, let's have a look at this video that I wanted to provide some commentary on. Okay, sorry, I got to stop putting my arm behind my back. It looks like I got no arm. I've got two arms. Okay, which is possibly an ironic statement. Okay, here we go. So let's just watch this. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to ask you astute observers, like, what you see there, and what do you think is going to be the outcome of this? Let's carry on watching.
Whoa. Uh-oh, we want me here. We want me here. We got trouble in here. We want me here. Hey, we got trouble.
You think? Okay. So that was a video of someone who works in this what do they call them? Terrarium or something. Is that what you call a reptile house? I don't know. Whatever. Reptile house, zoo, whatever. It seems that there's various things around. There's a tank here. This guy, I'm not sure. I think he's one of the parents up at the top here in the green shirt. And of course these kids, kind of watching. And it's funny, isn't it? You can usually date these videos now because this kid's got a mask on. So we know that it was from at least 2020, right? And it's in America. So, you know what I mean? We know that it's at least 2020 kind of thing. Probably a bit late, probably a bit later than that. In fact, we know it's probably post-pandemic because, he's in somewhere that probably would have been closed. So now she opens the thing. Now, first of all, why? Why is she opening it? She comes in and says back. Now, as I was saying, that's someone who works there. That's somebody who has basically, I imagine, done some kind of studying about the animals that they're actually looking after, right? It's a reptile. It's a vicious reptile. It's an apex predator. That one looks about, I don't know, from there to there is probably about 5.5 feet. We're going to get a much clearer way to kind of measure that length and guess that length. But I'm guessing from nose to tail, it's probably 7 foot, right? So it's a 7-foot croc. Now, I imagine that she has done some kind of study, as I say. At what point in her study of reptiles, of apex bloody predators, has she seen that going back, as if it's a dog? Like, at what point has she seen that's effective? Back. And then the thing opens its mouth. Because she opens it, and he's like, or she goes, feeding time. And what does she do? Back. And look. Even now, she's looking at it, holding it out. I mean, what does she think is going to happen? What does she think is going to happen? I bet these children would know what was happening. Yeah? They're like 6.
Whoa.
And boom. There we go. And that, if you actually look, she's actually smiling because what she did there was she used her left hand. She tried to use her left hand to push the croc or alligator. I don't know. I don't work with these things, so I don't know whether that's a crocodile, an alligator, a caiman, whatever. Right? Maybe you can correct me in the comments. I don't work with these things, but even I know that you don't put your hands near them. Right? And look, she's smiling. Don't worry, kids. I do this all the time. Do you? No, she's still smiling. She's like, oh no, he's a bit of a naughty one. He's a bit of a naughty one. Come on, Gerald, let go. Let go. I know that you're a wild, non-domesticated reptile, but maybe you understand English. Oh, now she realizes there's trouble. And she has to get in because that first yank, she realized, oh my God, it's going to rip my arm off. Who knew? I thought they were like cuddly little pets, even though I work with them.
We got trouble in here.
Oh yeah, you think we got trouble in here? Now I don't know if this guy is one of the parents or he's one of the workers, but I mean I'm assuming he's one of the parents just because of his attire. She's got that kind of classic green zoo thing and what have you. And as we can see, let's say she's the average height for a woman, which depending what country you're in, is between, like, I don't know, 5'4" and 5'7", isn't it? Something like that. But let's say she's about 5.5 feet long, tall rather. As we can see here, she doesn't lie exactly next to it, but yeah, it's about a bit longer than her. Yeah, and then it rolls over. That's called a death roll. Yeah, that's what they call that, a death roll. Again, I do not work with alligators or crocodiles, yet I know it's called a death roll. Why doesn't somebody who works with them know it's called a death roll, or at least wonder why it's called a death roll? Oh, is it called a death roll because afterwards they come and give you a little lick on the face and go, oh yes, hello mummy, let's go to the shops, shall we, mummy? Or does she think like a death roll is like a cheese roll? Maybe it's something you eat, I mean, she should know. She should have known all of these things. Yeah. And now they're trying. Now she's not smiling. Yeah. Now she's not smiling. And I don't know what she's telling the guy to do. I don't know. Get the cattle prod, stab it, shoot it, whatever it is. I need to get my hand out of this thing's mouth. And you doing that, trying to prise its jaws open, after like what, 200 million years of evolution, has given it muscles that make sure that when it slams and clamps down onto its prey, it's not letting go until it's eaten that prey. Yet you work with them. You work with them. You know what this is, rage quitters? It's thinning the herd. Yeah, you got to thin the herd out. Yeah, because maybe that's why, there are no Fermi's paradox. There are no aliens. Aliens haven't visited us because what happens to any sentient species is that they get to a certain level of evolution, and then of course they can start superseding that. People like her would have died 10,000 years ago. Yeah? Well, 10,000 years ago, if you're the sort of person to put your hand near a crocodile, guess what? You don't get to spread your genes. Yeah? This is thinning the herd. And just one last thing about this video. This kid here, because this was actually on a Twitter post, but this kid here, right here, with the, does that say Ingles shirt on it? I don't know. It's basketball shirt. Obviously I'm from the UK. I don't know about your American sports teams, but yeah, in this blue and yellow basketball shirt here, people were like, "Oh man, this kid's a psycho," because he actually laughs. He actually kind of goes and giggles. I don't think he's a psycho. I think he's going. Look at the silly lady. What else did she think was going to happen? Yeah. What else did she think was going to happen? Let's watch this one more time.
Whoa.
But don't worry. Oh
We want me here. We got trouble in here. We want me here.
Look at that kid. Yeah. Okay, so basically that's my rant over. I'm sorry, I didn't even play any chess, but yeah, check out this guy at Vicious Videos on Twitter if you want to check him out. And yeah, I'm gonna play some chess, but hey, I'm not gonna do it in this video. I just wanted you to see the state of the world we're in. I was born in the 70s before like internet and stuff, and we had stupid people back then. We had stupid people, but there was no internet, so these stupid people could only meet each other if they bumped into each other. Yeah, that's the only way. Now they can get together on the internet. Yeah, and they can get jobs. They can get jobs. They can get jobs looking after dangerous apex predators, and they're idiots. So maybe that's our way of thinning the herd out. Just get rid of these idiots and yeah, let the rest of us go on with it. Anyways, yeah, I hope. Last thing, I hope she doesn't have any children. Because one, I don't think that kind of stupid should be propagated, and two, because nobody wants to hear the words "your mummy's been eaten by a crocodile," right? You don't want that for a child. So yeah, she looked pretty young, so hopefully she hasn't had children yet, and you know, hopefully it's the end is pretty quick when it finally comes for her, and one of those things just bites her head off. Okay, well that's it. Peace out. See ya.